like in game, you pay for stuff in a game with real money, like your own money. It's not in-game currency. It's like out of your pocket money, and you mainly see this in like free-to-play games or just like apps, like on iPhones and shit like that. And it's understandable because they it's understandable because most of the times apps really they don't really apps. It's understandable because they're just like kind of their own thing, and most of the apps nowadays, a majority of them are like the games are free, so they have to make their money somehow. I can understand that, but like it's gone into like newer, like it's gone into like console games. Originally, when you bought a console game, like you bought like a game for like your Xbox or your PlayStation or shit like that. That game, if you bought that, everything came with it. We didn't even have like when the Xbox and like PS1 were out, you didn't have to worry about fucking DLC. DLC, it's just microtransactions are essentially DLC that you have to pay for, and not even that. Like, in some cases, you have to buy like there are certain abilities, certain characters, and just a bunch of it, like extra stuff that like you don't necessarily. In some cases, it's not necessarily that you need it, but there are some cases where it will actually affect. Like, you can't go any further until you buy a certain pack or some shit like that, like a certain expansion or whatever on that game. But the thing is, microtransactions in console games are honestly complete and utter horseshit because they shouldn't have to resort to doing this. They shouldn't, but they are. The simple reason is they want to make more fucking money. It's that simple. They want more money, and that's it. The companies that distribute these games want more money, and it's as simple as that. There's nothing more. There's nothing more to it. Nothing less to it. They want more money. There's a pretty simple solution to this, actually. Stop buying games that have microtransactions on them, because I'm pretty sure if they realize that it's not working and that we're not falling for it, then they'll stop. Well, I mean, it's probably an idealistic way of looking at it. Very hopeful, but odds are that's not how it would go down. But still, that's an option. I mean, like for example, a game that's it has microtransactions. It's the newest. It's going to be the newest Rocksteady game, Red Dead Redemption 2. There were microtransactions in it. And yeah. They shouldn't have to resort to using microtransactions. They make enough money off the fucking game itself. But no, they want more money. They want more money. It's as simple as that. And the only solution I can think of to stop this from going on is simply us stop buying games with microtransactions in them. Because if we stop buying games, then they won't make any money at all. So they'll either realize that their trick isn't working anymore, or they'll just keep doing it. But yeah, they shouldn't have to resort to using microtransactions to get money. I mean, games nowadays, like newer games especially, they cost like 60 fucking bucks a piece. So how? They're just greedy. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's nothing more and nothing less to it. Money. That's it. That's all it boils down to. But yeah, and microtransactions are honestly ruining games because my friend told me that in the newest wrestling game that's coming out, he said that there were microtransactions in it, and apparently some characters are only available through microtransactions. Fuck that shit.
Oh, hi there. Hey, I got some intel for you, man.
If you buy a game, the only DLC, downloadable content, that's microtransactions are essentially paid for DLC. Most DLC you just download onto your system and all that, and you have to pay for it sometimes, but nowhere near as much. But in the microtransactions, you have to pay for it, and just and basically now. Some games are basically saying you can't have a specific character or a specific area or a specific weapon, or you're basically going to be cut off from having a majority of the fun because you can't fork up the cash to pay these greedy bastards. They want more money. It's as simple as that, and they're going to use every opportunity they can to basically to scam us out of our money. That includes basically putting a price tag on everything inside of the game, essentially. And it's not like they fucking need it. I mean, look at games on the original Xbox, on the PlayStation, on the fucking on the old systems. They were making money just fine without DLC and microtransactions. They were making money just fine. They were doing great. They were doing a good job. But no, they had to be. It comes down to fucking greed. There's nothing more and nothing less to it. That's all. That's all it is. There's nothing more I can say, and there's no real alternative I can offer to this situation than just simply not buying the games that have microtransactions in them, because maybe it'll wake them up and they'll realize that, well, this obviously isn't working, we should stop. But yeah, what are your thoughts on microtransactions? Do you see them as unfair? Do you see them as what are your thoughts on them? Do you see them as unfair? Do you see them as like a smart way to make money? What do you view microtransactions on, or what do you view microtransactions as? That's pretty much all I have to say, really. But what it boils down to is that I see it as completely pointless, and it boils down to them wanting money, nothing more and nothing less. But yeah, that's it.